The business trips. My name is Daniel. I'm 38. And if you had asked me 5 years ago what I was most proud of, I would have said my wife, my kids, and the life we built together. Emily and I met in college. She was the girl who made everyone laugh, the one with the big green eyes and the contagious smile. We married young, raised 2 kids, and bought a modest house in Indianapolis. I thought we were living the dream, but dreams can turn into nightmares before you even realize it. It started when Emily's company began sending her on business trips more often. She worked in marketing, and supposedly these conferences were career-defining opportunities. The first few trips seemed normal. She came back with brochures, a few selfies with coworkers, even small souvenirs for the kids. But then the trips became more frequent, once every couple of months, then almost monthly. And her behavior changed too. She started dressing differently. More makeup, tighter dresses, expensive heels that I'd never seen her wear before. When I teased her about it, she just laughed it off. "Come on, Dan. It's networking. You have to look the part." I wanted to believe her. I really did. But then came the late arrivals. She'd claim her flights were delayed, or she had team dinners that ran late. Sometimes she'd stumble in close to midnight, smelling faintly of whiskey and a perfume I didn't recognize. One night, after her Chicago conference, she dropped her suitcase in the hallway and went straight to the shower. Normally, she'd tell me everything about her trips, who she met, what she learned. But this time she was oddly quiet, distant, and then I found the receipt. It was crumpled inside her suitcase pocket. A dinner for 2 at a steakhouse in Chicago. A bottle of wine, 2 entrees, dessert. At first, I thought maybe it was with a coworker, but then I saw the date. It was the same night she'd told me she was too tired to go out and had ordered room service. My stomach turned. I didn't confront her right away. Instead, I decided to watch carefully. The next month, she said she had to fly to Dallas for a 3-day seminar. I offered to drive her to the airport, but she insisted on taking an Uber. That alone set off alarm bells, so I made a choice. I called one of my buddies from college who now worked in Dallas. I asked if he could do me a favor. Swing by her hotel one evening, just to make sure she was really there. The night Emily was supposedly in meetings, my buddy called me. His voice was uneasy. "Dan, I don't know how to tell you this. She's not at the Marriott. I checked, but I did see her, downtown, at a rooftop bar, with some guy. They were, well, let's just say it wasn't business." My chest tightened. I asked him to describe the man. He said tall, dark hair, maybe late 30s in a suit. Emily was laughing with him, leaning in close, her hand on his arm. I felt like I'd been punched in the gut. When she came back 2 days later, I acted normal. She hugged the kids, kissed me, and unpacked like nothing was wrong. But I couldn't stop seeing that picture in my head, her laughing with another man while I sat at home putting our kids to bed. I needed undeniable proof. The next trip, she said she was going to Nashville. This time, I followed her. I booked a separate hotel room across the street from hers, told work I was sick, and drove the 6 hours in secret. And what I saw confirmed everything. She didn't go to any conference. Instead, she met him, the same tall guy, in the hotel lobby. They hugged like lovers, not coworkers. I watched them check into the same room together. My hands shook so badly I could barely hold my phone, but I recorded everything from across the lobby. For 2 days, I stayed in my hotel room, barely eating, barely sleeping, just waiting, watching them come and go, laughing like they didn't have a care in the world. When we got back home, I didn't confront her immediately. I wanted her to look me in the eye one more time to see if she'd lie. That Sunday morning, over pancakes with the kids, I asked casually, "So, how was the conference? Learn anything new?" She smiled and said, "Oh, it was great. Long days though, lots of presentations." And that's when I pulled out my phone and showed her the video. The color drained from her face. She stammered, tried to come up with excuses, but the truth was staring her in the eye. The kids were in the next room, so I kept my voice calm. But inside, I was screaming. I told her to pack her things. She begged, cried, promised it was a mistake and that she still loved me. But I couldn't listen. We separated within a week. The divorce took months, and custody was ugly. But eventually, I got primary custody of the kids. As for Emily, last I heard, the guy she was seeing dumped her when she moved in with him. Now she lives alone in a small apartment. And me, I'm still healing, still trying to trust again. But every